It's track reviews.
Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well. It's time for a track review. Before I get too deep into it, I do want to quickly mention that we still do have available for pre-order, for a limited time only, of course, our charity vinyl compilation with proceeds going to the Immigrant Legal Resource Center. We will link you to that organization down below so you can read more about what they do if you are curious. But again, limited edition yellow and black vinyl. These are some rare tracks that you're going to be hearing on this record, and they're compiled here for charity, goes to a good cause, and yeah, just basically a cool, neat little thing to add to your record collection. Cool? Cool? Cool. All right. Daniel Brown. You know what I'm saying. New record on the way. He's been dropping one track after another from it. The first one, Dirty Laundry, thought it was okay. Next one, Best Life, I thought was pretty good. Have not tried the newest one yet, Tearz, featuring Run the Jewels. Also production from none other than JPEG Mafia. So it's a triple threat here, people, okay? Run the Jewels feature, Danny Brown, artist, JPEG Mafia production. Oh my God, this could be amazing. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what mayhem these three elements stir up together. Ba-bam. Okay, I think I'll stop it there. Tearz, Danny Brown, thought it was good. Not stupendous, but good. I will start with what I thought was the best thing about the track, or maybe one of my favorite things about the track, or what I think I have the most to say about the track, and that's the instrumental. The instrumental is fucking awesome. JPEG Mafia did a great job on this beat. I love the weird, lumbering, almost skipping record kind of quality of the groove. The kicks are just like really odd and have this very loose. You know, it's funny that Danny Brown has that line about wanting to catch a beat like a stethoscope. Not only do I think that's one of his best lines in a while, it's a very funny line, it's a very clever line, but also the kicks on this track, they actually kind of feel like a heart. It's like thump 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 thump. It's like a heartbeat, which is pretty cool. And that's just one of many cool elements about the track. I love the warped, almost detuned, melting synthesizers on the track. I love the really strange samples that kind of play throughout the instrumental at certain points too. It's a really creative beat, and there's not that much change up across the instrumental on the track, but the loop is so weird and it's so out there that it doesn't even really require it all that much. It's just a really strange vibe that you can listen to for a long time because it's so unique, it's so groovy, it's got such a strange aura about it that just stays intriguing and does not get stale, even though this track is 4 minutes long. Now I'll say the other thing I loved about the track was Danny Brown. I think this instrumental really put Danny in his element. This is like old Triple X Danny with a bit of like of the more rough around the edges hybrid type of Danny, and he's really like going back, spitting about obviously dealing. He is like really giving the mic a run for its money with the volume that he's presenting here, because he's like really kind of screaming his brains out at some points. The Rug Burns line was funny. The Chirp Phone line was nostalgic. The weird pedo one toward the end of the verse went over my head, but still, this is a very enjoyable verse from Danny. Again, classic delivery, classic flow. Pretty much just sounds like old Danny Brown, but with a new kind of more aggressive, slightly more aggressive energy. And then there's the appearances from Run the Jewels, which I thought were okay. The LP verse wasn't my favorite. I don't think it had as much wordplay as I typically expect from him. The Doom reference was cool for sure. The way that he kicked it off, mentioning Danny, mentioning RTJ, I thought was okay. The Killer Mike verse I think I liked a little bit more, if not only for some of the internal lines that he was throwing out, especially that point where he was rapping about drinking fine wine and dating dimes and nines. I mean, he had a nice little run there in the midst of that verse. The Tina an Ike line toward the end of the verse, winning and coming out ahead at the end of a very bad situation, I thought was a clever way to finish off the verse too. Generally, I thought it was good flows, good performance from Killer Mike. I guess I would have liked just a bit more from this track on the collaborative end. I mean, the guest verses here, the features mostly just felt plug and play. Like, here we go, first verse, you guys pop in here, number 2, number 3, and we're done. The hook I thought was pretty decent, especially when Danny delivered it. It's not one of the best flows or mantras that I've ever heard in a Danny Brown chorus, but I certainly like how forlorn and dark and how defeated it feels. And certainly these emotions are nothing new to a Danny Brown song. I think another thing that could have made this track better is if Killer Mike and LP did a little bit more to reinforce those feelings and follow through with, I guess, a somewhat similar narrative or something that topically was relating to a lot of what Danny was saying in this hook and his main verse. Generally, though, again, thought it was a pretty decent track, liked it, and easily one of the better songs I've heard this week. And it'll be interesting to see if my feelings on this cut change at all as I listen to it more when the entire album comes out very soon. So Danny Brown, you know what I'm saying? Thought this one was pretty good. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments of this meeting of the minds on this one. RTJ, Danny, Peggy, love that instrumental. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. And once again, I'll remind you guys, link down below to that charity compilation. Grab that comp if you want to get it sooner rather than later, if there even is a later. All right, you're the best. Anthony Fantano, Danny Brown, forever.